So that's a better lantana coming up. Okay, right now though, armfuls of fragrant flowers in a compact lavender. This is your three-piece Layla Presto Blue lavender. 3 easy payments of $11.99. There's lavender that can be 3 feet tall and it's spectacular.
Yeah.
But if you want front of the border fragrance, this is gonna be awesome.
Oh, or containers. Even though the lavender too, though, is more dwarf, believe me, the flowers are not. They are huge.
Yes, full-size flowers.
Full-size flowers, and you are going to get armloads of them. And we have lots of wonderful lavenders, but this one we picked because it's going to bloom earlier than the rest. Maybe about a week or 2 earlier, you were going to see your blooms.
Well, that's a big deal, actually.
It is.
If I can get even like 10 days of earlier,
Right.
I'm happy.
Yeah, so I love lavender. It's one of the things that I have growing along most of the walkways that I have, especially out in the back of my yard. I get a lot of sun back there, and I want places where I can brush against the lavender. I also, here in Pennsylvania, the foliage is evergreen, so the leaves stay green throughout winter. So my back steps that lead out into my backyard, I've got, take the flowers off, it looks just like this with the silver foliage right here all throughout the winter.
I was just kind of digging around in the dirt this weekend, and when I got to my lavender, I was like, oh, thank you for already being so nice and smelling so good. The thing about the lavender, and forgive me, you probably already know this if you've grown lavender, but maybe you haven't. So the cool thing about the lavender is that the leaves are as fragrant as the flowers, basically. So just touching the leaves, and you can smell it in your hands, it means all year round you can have this gorgeous lavender fragrance.
Yes, and there's so many uses that you can do with both, edible, both the leaves and the flowers. So we have them here where you can see that we've made, you know, a dry sachet. People will do sachets. You can use the flowers and put them in a shortbread. I know that I like to clip just some of the flowers off. I'll put them on gifts. And I'll dry them too. Dried, here we have them dried. Dried, they can last for years. So I love to dry them. I hang them upside down in my kitchen, and I'll take a couple sprigs when I'm giving a gift throughout the year, and I'll just tie them on my gift, a hostess gift or a birthday gift.
I sometimes put them, like I've tried them before in my hall coat closet. Makes the closet smell really good. Although my kids have said like, Mom, I can't hang my coat, you got those flowers in there. So, but it does make the closet smell really, really good. Because I like hang them from
Put it in your shoe closet.
Exactly. So I'm going to show you what you're getting. 3 beautiful plants, really nice size, and then we will see flowers this year.
Yeah, you will absolutely see flowers this year. The plants will get bigger. Remember, these are more of a compact plant, so you can put them in pots too. I would go, you know, an 8 or 12-inch pot if you're going to do 1 per pot. You could do all 3 in 1 pot. So lavender is just one of those plants that so many people love it. And the one trick I have for you, if you've grown it before and you've not been successful, it's possible you didn't have the right variety because some of them are hardier than others, but it doesn't like wet feet. So you need to make sure that you are not giving it too much love by overwatering it, and that you're putting it in a really sunny spot to make sure that when you do water it, that soil dries up really fast.
Well, you know what, you're so right, because there's some varieties of lavender that you might buy not knowing any different. Maybe you are just buying it down at the store, and you were like, whatever happened to that lavender I planted last year? It's not back. It might just not have been a great variety. This is, for most of us, we can grow this all over the country, right?
Yes, yep. It works in zones 5 through 9, so that's -10. So this is why here in Pennsylvania, I love growing it, because I don't have a hedge this big that surrounds my rose garden, but one day that's the goal. But growing it in a hedge, I think, is a really great idea, especially with this one that only gets to be about 12 inches tall, because now you can put it along walkways like this. This is probably about 12 plants. So you have a smaller walkway, or even in containers.
Or get, you know, at this price, I mean, you know, get several sets. We're going to ship it to you for free. You have the guarantee. I have some taller lavender. I do like this idea of the shorter lavender though, because that's when I'm really going to experience the fragrance, is when I walk by and it's front of the border.
Front of the border. And right there where you brush along, maybe your pets, your kids. And really, I want you to not be afraid to cut the the purple flowers off. So I know I go to friends' houses and their lavender is still full purple. I'm like, have you not cut any of this all year? There's plenty for the pollinators. This is a great pollinator plant. But cut them, use them throughout the the year, even if you have just a glass of lemonade and you take one and you sprinkle some of the flowers in the lemonade,
So nice.
it just gives that special flair of summer. It is fancy.
It's fancy. And maybe you just don't have a lot of room. Well, there's many lavender varieties that are gorgeous, but just frankly too big.
Yeah.
Like I've kind of run out of space for a lavender that's that big. So to get these smaller, compact plants front of the border is absolutely lovely. And if you picked up our mini roses, well, this is a match made in heaven.
Oh
Look
my
at this.
goodness.
Look
So
how
pretty.
pretty this would be. Oh my gosh, that's
Purple
perfect.
and that yellow.
Yeah, it's awesome. Actually, it'll look just like this when it's growing. Look at that. And these could go just in front of the mini roses.
They could go right in front of the mini roses because these get to be about 2 feet tall. Those only get to be about 1 feet. They both love full sun. The colors would be beautiful. Think
Great
about
in a
the
container.
arrangements you could make.
So this is a compact, tidy plant. Well, here's something that's giant and tidy. Don't forget about our hardy hibiscus.